Ipswich, Massachusetts, in the mid-1600s was the backdrop for the darkest story I have ever shared with you guys. Betrayal, murder, a treasure hunt, a cursed house, demons, angels, a restless ghost all come together to tell this tale. So jump in the car, we're going on a road trip. We'll go down Route 1 to Route 133, and then back in time to explore Ipswich and the curse of Harry, Maine. I'm Chris.
I'm Kathy.
I'm Sean.
And this is Weirder After Dark.
Darkest story you've ever told us, Chris. Told us a lot of weird shit, bro.
Yeah, no, this one gets pretty dark.
Darker than Dark Entry Forest? That was pretty fucked up. Creatures in the woods, suicides.
Ooh, it's close.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. This one might be a little more fucked up.
I don't know.
I like dark stories.
And this one is probably mostly true.
Oh.
Or at least parts of it.
Okay.
I don't know if we're mentally ready for this.
I don't know.
Yeah. Like, darkest story ever. Friday evening where we're a little sleepy.
Yeah, a little sleepy. It's been a long week.
Oh, we're about to wake the fuck up. He's going to scare the shit out of us.
You guys been to Ipswich, Massachusetts?
I think we have.
I know
I
you have, yeah. You ever been, Sean?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It wasn't memorable if I have. Sorry, Ipswich. We love you.
It kind of looks like time itself stopped centuries ago. It's got plenty of historical buildings, cobblestone roads or sidewalks, fishing boats moored in the harbor. So it's a quintessential New England coastal town. You can stop and get some of their famous fried clams. And yearly they have a chowder festival, which cool.
Do y'all like New England chowder? Are you
No.
chowder people? I'm not either.
No, it's just gross. Like the texture of the whole experience is just not okay.
Born and raised in New England, do not get
No.
clam chowder. Don't get it. Sorry.
I used to deliver to a lot of restaurants in Ipswich when I worked in Haverhill at Lionel Valley's and a bunch of different restaurants. So it was one place, the Clam Box, and it was all out-of-state license plates, and sometimes it would take hours in line to get some shitty fried clams. I highly recommend you don't go.
How come they're always called like Clam Haven, Clam Box?
Because
Like,
they sell clams.
all right.
Yeah, fair.
Got her.
Done.
Got her.
I am not awake enough
Jotting it
to
down.
be that witty.
That's staying in.
So Ipswich was founded in 1634. So it has as much history as you're going to find anywhere in the United States. Today, I want to tell you guys about one of its darkest tales. So one day in 1671, a man by the name of Harry Mai and his friend Andrew Diamond landed their boat in Ipswich Harbor. They claimed they were fishermen from the Isles of Shoals, a small group of islands from about 6 miles off the coast of New Hampshire. Sean, you had an episode about Smutty Nose.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is going on down over there.
A lot of crazy shit going on the Isles of Shoals back in the day.
Yeah.
So they decided they were going to move to Ipswich, and they bought a 4-bedroom house at 32 Water Street in cash. Now, while Water Street was not the most prominent neighborhood in Ipswich, at the time, for those two quote-unquote fishermen to be able to buy a house cash, it raised some eyebrows.
Yeah. What are they doing? They bootlegging some liquor? What the hell's going on?
Oh, we'll get into that. There's all kinds of dark shit going on in this story. The two men continued to claim to fish off the Isles of Shoals while earning a respectable living. By no means should have been able to get rich off of selling their daily catch. This being said, Andrew and Henry, over the next few years, bought a wharf in Ipswich and rented the boat slips and sold supplies to local fishermen.
A whole fucking wharf?
A whole wharf.
Where are they making their money from?
Yeah, they're doing
Well,
something sketch.
Yep.
Yep.
They're doing something they ain't supposed to be doing.
Oh, take your guess. What are they doing?
I'm going to say selling people.
Oh, okay.
That's dark.
Yeah.
I was
Wow.
trying to think like what's like super dark and fucked up.
I think they're hitmen. They're on the Isle of Shows. People go out fishing and they push them into the ocean dead. One of us is right?
No.
Continue on.
So they also bought rental properties across the Ipswich area. Then they built a second wharf catering to large merchant ships. Over time, they also bought a fleet of merchant ships. So for two fishermen, they made some very sizable investments.
And they didn't have I guess they're fishermen, but they didn't like come from money.
Name one
family
person
money.
who's come from money is like, I'm going to be a fisherman.
I don't know.
I got
Sorry.
family money, but
I don't know
wanna go
anybody from
fishing.
the 1600s. Times were fucked up back then. I don't know. People didn't make great choices.
So the money was welcomed by the people in town. It brought jobs and merchant ships to Ipswich. However, the question whispered in taverns amongst the locals was, how did Andrew and Henry, mere fishermen, afford to make such sizable investments?
That's my question.
We're going to find out.
Lobster. They're lobster fishermen.
Yeah, lobster back
Yeah,
in the
but-
1600s was like kind of
That was like the poor man's food.
Yeah.
Well, fuck that.
Yeah, they were considered like the like a rodent of the sea.
Well, let's find out, I guess.
We're going to find out.
We're going to
Okay.
find out.
So Andrew eventually ended his business partnership with Harry and found a new partner, a wealthy ship owner by the name of Francis Wainwright. Andrew became a wealthy and well-established businessman in Ipswich. Harry, who was cut out of the business, was broke again, and he went back to fishing.
Wait, what? Broke. So that means one of them clearly has all the money.
Uh-huh.
I think Andrew fucked him.
Yeah.
Andrew fucked him over on the entire business, and he ended up getting nothing out of the whole deal.
Damn.
So whatever it is that they're doing, Henry can't continue or do other connections. Like he can't continue doing whatever it is that they were doing together.
Yeah, I think Andrew just kind of screwed him out of the entire business, and I don't know what that looks like, but...
You know what they were doing.
Oh, I'm not telling you until the end.
Oh, God.
So he was back to fishing, but he was also rumored to scavenge shipwrecks. Now, this was not an uncommon practice at the time. People would go out to shipwrecks that wrecked on the rocks or the sandbar and salvage what they could, and then sell the cargo they collected. This line of work was known as being a wrecker. Wreckers could bring in some money if they found the right ship, but it was not nearly as prominent a job as his previous title of wharf owner or landlord, and was considered by many to be one step above a common thief. So Andrew seemed to fuck Henry over out of the business deal, and Henry fell on really hard times. Henry remained poor and lower class for the rest of his life. At one point, he had to rent a room from his old business partner in the ship wharf area.
Oh, he made him pay for the room after he fucked him over?
Yeah. Could you imagine Henry sitting in this poorly kept one-room rental in a house that he used to own, overlooking a wharf he used to own? That kind of ego hit, that kind of defeat in life, it kind of make a man desperate.
Does he kill him?
You're going to find out.
It definitely wasn't fishing.
It definitely was not fishing.
They didn't get their money fishing.
In fact,
Not from lobsters.
In fact, this desperation was a fact that was later used in his trial when trying to show a jury the motive for his horrific crimes.
Crimes are also plural.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of crimes.
He kills Andrew.
I mean, I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fuck
he
Andrew.
deserves it. Fuck
He
you, Andrew.
probably deserves it.
We're so bad. We haven't even figured out what has happened, like the whole story. We're already like, fuck you, Andrew.
Yeah. I mean, if you think back to the Witch of Salem, we totally called that one from the beginning.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. We got that completely fucking wrong.
Yeah, I also remember the Gentleman Robbers.
Shut up,
yeah.
Chris.
I know what happened. Oh, shit. I had no idea what happened.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's true.
So Harry was accused by the Ipswich courts of not just being a wrecker, but causing the wrecks. He was accused of going out to a sandbar roughly 1/2 mile off of Plum Island late at night and lighting fires. A ship navigating the tricky waters would mistake the fires for a lighthouse or some light coming from land and steer the ships into the shallows of the sandbar. Once the unexpected ship wrecked, Harry would climb on board, pistol in hand, sword drawn, and he would finish off the survivors on the ship,
Holy fuck, he is a
Yeah.
bad man.
loot the wreck, and then throw the bodies overboard to be washed out to sea. Looting a
man.
boat that was wrecked and abandoned was frowned upon, but legal. However, causing the wreck and then killing off the survivors was a crime punishable by death. Harry was also accused in court of walking a few donkeys with lanterns attached to their necks with ropes up and down the sandbar late at night. Now, from a merchant ship trying to find land, these lights would look like boats bobbing up and down in the water. The ship would then steer towards the lights and wreck on the sandbar, about 1/2 mile from their actual destination.
It's actually genius.
Yeah, Harry would then climb on board and finish off what the sandbar didn't and loot the ship.
How many men are on a ship, though?
Well, that's a good question, right? Because I'm picturing 10 to 12
Ten-
people,
yeah,
and he's going on and killing all of them.
He must have been really strong.
Or a good shot.
Oh, did they have guns back then?
I mean,
Yeah.
the 1600s, yeah, but I think single shots, right? It's not like he could reload
Yeah, they
12
had
times.
the little round bullets.
Yeah, he wasn't like John Wick going in and dropping an entire clip.
John Wick's badass.
All right, movie idea. John Wick in the 1600s.
Robin boats. So at trial, they claimed that these methods were used successfully over a dozen times. However, Harry, in his defense, had nothing of real value to show for all his apparent success as his day as a pirate. He offered up this meek existence as defense, asking the jury, if he was so successful as a pirate as he was being accused of, then why was he living so poorly? He went as far as to use the prosecution's line of he had to rent a room from his old business partner in a building he used to own overlooking a wharf he used to own as proof of his poverty and then his innocence. So the court, for one reason or another, wasn't buying it. Harry was sentenced to be chained to a stake at the Plum Island sandbar, doomed to shovel sand for eternity.
Damn.
Or at least until he died of dehydration or drowning in a storm.
Plum Island in Newburyport?
Yeah, sandbar just off of Plum Island. It's actually a long
Where we got
island.
engaged.
Yes, that's part of it. And the other part of it, the other southern end of it is in Ipswich.
Hold up. What? But that's how they used to do justice back in the day?
That was justice.
That's like the 6th layer of hell. That's some evil shit. They're just like, yeah, we're just going to stake you to the ground and, I don't know, figure it out.
They chained him to a stake
Yes.
and he had to shovel sand?
Well, that's what was said in the court order is going to shovel sand for eternity. But they were really just waiting for him to drown or die of dehydration, whichever one came first.
Could you imagine if he lived like years?
Just shoveling sand?
Yeah. It's like, I'm just shoveling sand and eating raw fish.
Like, I'm just trying to envision it.
How long
He's
can
like,
you go without water? Because that's basically how long he's got.
Yeah.
in the salty air.
The salty air and the sun, you can dehydrate quick. Yeah, maybe a week if he's lucky. But that's going to be a long, painful death.
And they gave him a shovel? I'm so confused by the shoveling sand.
I don't think he was actually shoveling sand.
why
It
would
was
they
just,
Someone was there watching him.
it was poetic justice,
I
Kathy.
don't understand it.
The 1600s, the courts were more poetic, right?
She's like, analogies, they don't make
What?
sense.
Like, did they give him a shovel?
So whether he was staked to the ground or not, if he was chained, he can't swim. He's on this little sandbar that goes underwater at high tide. Yeah, he's fucked.
But he's got a shovel.
He's got a shovel.
So from the court's point of view, this was a fitting sentence, considering the amount of innocent merchants he was accused of killing and then leaving to the ocean to wash away the evidence. His sentence was carried out. He was chained to a stake at the sandbar, 1/2 mile for shore, and left to die. Locals to this day say of the wind howling during a storm, the devil is rising old Harry, or Harry Maine is grumbling at his work today. Okay, I don't know if locals in Ipswich still say this. I'm not sure, but I read it somewhere. I'm leaving it in because it's so fucking good.
It is so good.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to go to Ipswich on a stormy day and just yell it in the streets.
If I'm ever in a gas station at Ipswich one day and the wind's blowing outside and the cashier looks up at me and says, "Arr, the devil's raising old Harry," I will be so fucking happy. I might cry how happy I am.
We're going to a bar in Ipswich. Give me a new Ipswich IPA. The devil's rising, old Harry.
That would make a great IPA.
Yeah.
For an Ipswich, the devil's raising Harry.
Yeah. Could we just create a beer?
I think we did.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, is
We want
that
credit for that.
is that what we're gonna sell?
As merchandising?
As merchandise?
Yeah,
Are we
first we got to get famous. Then we got to get a beer company to sponsor
I'm just
us
saying, I'm always looking for
and
merch.
make an IPA.
I think we could sell IPAs named after stories.
Coffee and IPAs.
Yeah, I'm down.
So Harry died on the sandbar that day.
Oh, poor Harry.
Remember, Harry died poor, so if the loot existed, he never cashed it in. If any loot was stolen from these merchant ships that Harry tricked into wrecking, the loot's location died with Harry on the sandbar. This, however, did not stop locals from looking. The then abandoned property at 32 Water Street was ransacked and searched late night by candlelight out of view of neighbors and the law on several occasions.
Fuck yes. Now this is what I'm about, man. We're going on a fucking treasure hunt.
Yeah.
We are
Treasure hunt.
ransacking this house. We're finding his fucking map and we're hitting the fucking streets. Are you in? Are you in?
And
Yes.
A series of random holes were dug up on the property for months after the trial, more and more showing up in the morning light from unnamed treasure hunters who used the cover of night to cloak their identity. One story of this ongoing treasure hunt is just so fucking good. I mean, it is weirder after dark tailor-made.
Fuck yeah. Let's go. National treasure shit.
So this is of a man who dreamed for 3 successive nights about the location of the treasure. Convinced his dream was a divine premonition, under the cover of night, he set out with a shovel in hand to find the area in the woods that came to him in his dream. Under the pale moonlight, walking through the woods near town, he recognized the spot from his dream. He quickly began digging. A few feet down, he found an iron bar next to a large flat rock. Convinced an angel or spirit guide of some kind that came to him in his dream to lead him to his fortune, he fell to his knees and began to pray. But as he began to pray, dozens of black cats began to circle him, hissing and swiping at his legs.
The fuck? Yeah, what the fuck is right?
Now afraid that it was not an angel, but rather a demon who came to him in the dream, he grabbed the shovel and started swinging it wildly at the demonic cats. The cats disappeared almost like ghosts, just as suddenly as they had appeared. He went back to digging, but now the hole was filling it with icy cold water.
What?
He tried to bail the water out with his shovel and then with his hands, but the water kept rising. The man, terrified, he had summoned something evil, grabbed the iron bar he had found in the hole, and ran home. He refused to tell anybody of the location of the hidden treasure, in fear that a demonic presence that had lured him into the woods could corrupt somebody else.
What was the middle bar?
He later turned the iron bar into a door latch and sold it to an undisclosed family building a new house in town. Storytellers and local historians are still trying to track down this latch to add to or disprove the story as told. Now, for me, I don't need to know if this story is true or not. I just know I want it to be true.
That is so cool. That is a wild story.
Yeah.
But a latch, huh?
Yeah. So there's a random latch somewhere on a historical house in town that belongs to the story.
That's pretty cool.
So he thinks it's demonic because like all this weird shit happens.
Yep.
And then he's just like, I'm just going to turn it into a door latch and then just sell it to some family.
Imagine if you really didn't like that family though, Kathy.
Oh, yeah.
You could be like, yo, take these demonic I got you a gift. Housewarming. No. Haunted for life.
Welcome to our little village.
So this next part's actually a little bit weirder.
Okay.
So after Harry's death, the property at 32 Water Street changed hands a lot. A series of renters and owners of the property seemed to end in financial ruins. The property was foreclosed on or evicted renters so often that the locals started to believe it was cursed by Harry Mai. In fact, at one point, nobody dared rent or buy the property, and for years it was left vacant and in ruins. To intervene and end this curse, in 1934, the ministers and priests from town and neighboring towns assembled at the house and prayed for an entire day. Apparently this worked. After the prayerful intervention, the house stopped causing financial ruin.
Oh, bullshit. I'm sorry.
So this part of the story was recorded in local papers and is true. I personally don't care if it was true. I was putting it in either way because it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
But it turns out that shit actually happened.
That's like your darkest day. Everyone stopped what they were doing and just went and prayed.
Yeah, well, it worked.
Guess that's what you do back then when you don't know what to do. You just pray.
I'm going to go max out my credit cards and say a couple amens.
And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah. I'll let you know how that works out.
Yeah.
I hope you have an extra bedroom, right?
We do.
Okay, go.
So the house was eventually torn down. Some say in fear of the curse returning. Some say due to it being in such disrepair, it just wasn't worth rehabbing. So the day of prayer seemed to end the hearse of Harry Mai. However, this is not the end of the story. Residents of Plum Island claim that the ghost of Harry Mai returned to Plum Island to look for his body. There are claims of sightings of a ghost of a man walking the shoreline looking for his body washed up right after a bad storm. Locals also claim at times you can hear the painful cries mixed in with the howling wind during late night summer storms. So his legend continues to move.
You know what I just realized? Harry Mai. Terrible name.
Harry Mai.
Like, his parents hate him. Hope he had zero body hair. Otherwise, he just got heckled his whole life.
Did he have long, hair?
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Harry Mai.
So I want to throw my personal theory in because I didn't read this or find this, but it makes so much sense to me. Andrew Diamond, he was not just the shrewd and stand-up businessman he claimed to be. Andrew and Harry were just local poor fishermen trying to make a living selling their daily catch. Then they were somehow able to buy a wharf and property in town and suddenly become some of the richest men in town. This leads me to believe Andrew could have been a partner in causing the shipwrecks, murder, and selling the cargo. You know, this never really felt like a one-man job to me, right? First, you got to go kill everybody. Then you got to dump their bodies and load the cargo. I mean, it sounds
so
exhausting.
much work.
So much work. It's so much easier with a partner. So Andrew, after breaking off their business partnership, and Harry knowing the secret to where they got their startup money from, then used his influence in town to make Harry the fall guy in the shared capital crimes, pushing the trial, conviction, and execution of Harry Mai.
Harry started to do it on his own. Andrew
saw a chance to get out from underneath it.
And set up Harry to get caught.
That's my theory.
Makes sense.
So are there any historical documents to back this story up? Not too many, but that kind of makes sense as we delve into them.
I have another theory.
Sure.
They could have just prayed for a lot of money. No?
It does get rid of ghosts and demons. I don't know if it makes money just appear.
It's so weird because I have prayed for my bank account to get fatter.
Yeah?
It didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't. It's weird. It's weird. God's not listening.
Try again.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the historical references, there's a lot of different references to Andrew Diamond and his businesses and his history in the town, but there are very few records of Harry Mai. Harry's name was not attached to any of Andrew's businesses, nor is his trial found in any historical records. This being said, a fire in Ipswich in 1894 completely destroyed Central Street and the surrounding buildings. This included the town's court, so the records of the trial likely would have been destroyed in the fire and lost forever. Also, if Andrew was planning to screw Harry out of his end of the business, he might not have put his name on any of the paperwork.
He could have just said, like, oh, it's easier if it's only one name on the...
Yeah, I don't know if Harry could even read. I mean, back in the 1600s, a lot of fishermen couldn't read well. So if Andrew could read, I would leave him in charge of all the paperwork.
Not only that, like it's so easy back in those days because there are no electronic records to just change your name or, put in a fake document. Oh my God, it's gone. Look at this new stuff. Happens a lot in the H.H. Holmes stuff that we're going to talk about.
Yeah. So adding credence to the story, though, archives do show the sale of a property of a house on Star Island in the Isles of Shoals to Andrew Diamond and Harry Mai. So we can say that Harry was a real person and was connected to Andrew Diamond at one point. There is also a coroner's log from a funeral home in Exeter, New Hampshire, listing 16 men in 1686 with the cause of death of drowning. Harry Mai Sr., possibly the dad of Harry, was one of the men listed on the ledger. It goes on to say Harry Sr. survived by his wife and son, Harry Mai Jr.
That seems like too much of a coincidence.
Yeah, seeming to confirm that he was from this area. Now, the last name in the coroner's report was spelled Main. And on the sale of the house on Star Island, it was spelled Maine, like the state, and didn't have the prefix of Junior. However, I could see names being misspelled in the 1600s as not being caught or mattering that much.
That happened a lot because a lot of people, like you were saying earlier about Harry not being able to read.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, they just spelt it as it sounded or like what they thought or they had seen it before. So.
Yeah. And remember, Harry's a fisherman, not a lawyer. So this could go unnoticed.
Yeah. Not only that, right? You walk up to a counter and they're like, what's your name? Harry Mai. They write it down to whatever they write down.
How it sounds.
Like, they don't have ID. You don't need to show ID. So just like so many other legends and stories from our New England roots, we're left with more questions than answers. Did Harry cause ship to wreck and then loot them off of Plum Island? Was he sentenced to shovel sand for eternity?
No, because he didn't give him a shovel.
Does his curse or ghost continue to haunt us? Did Andrew set Harry up as a fall guy? We might never know. But if you're on Plum Island during a storm and the wind comes off the ocean sounding like the tortured cries of a man, maybe you're hearing Harry Mai carrying out his sentence and shoveling sand for eternity. So this is one of the darkest, most twisted stories I have shared with you guys.
I don't know if I agree with that.
No?
No, I don't know if this is your darkest one. The fucking forest one.
Oh, the Dark Entry Forest?
Yeah. I think
that one was dark, but I feel bad for this guy, right? It sounds like he was screwed over. He was set up.
Can you feel bad for someone who shipwrecked 12 ships and murdered everyone on it? Like, can you feel bad?
I don't know. He got screwed.
No, that was an interesting story, though. And I love that there's some documentation to prove that, like, it's likely true, to like you said.
Yeah, parts of it, it seemed like Andrew and Harry were actual people that did, in fact, go to Ipswich and have a history there.
Oh, I was talking about the demons and the black cats.
Well, the demons of black cats. That part's definitely true.
That part is so real.
I really think that if we ever find ourselves in Ipswich, we have to do that whole yell out about the devil come for old Harry.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to like go to every knocker on everyone's door and be like, where'd you get this?
Yeah. We need to do a New England Weirder After Dark road trip. We need to put together, literally map it out and have our stories pinpoint to like the locations and drive out to them. And
oh, you want to send listeners on a road trip?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Also, I think like us two should do it too.
Yeah.
And then like talk about it.
All right. We bury some treasure. We make a
like
map.
That book?
Yeah.
Like that book?
Yep.
You know the book I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it.
I can't think of the name. And one of the pieces where one of the jewels was found in Boston.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, this is so bad that we can't remember the name of the book.
It's so good.
Yeah, that book. We all know the book. I literally have it in the basement.
Somebody have the Google machine?
The Google machine. Get
it
the
was
Googles.
On, Josh Gates.
Yeah. I know the cover's like a womany witch thing, like holding something in her hands. Yeah. I can envision it.
The Secret, a Treasure Hunt.
Yes.
By Brian Creasus.
The fact we couldn't get a secret.
And a treasure hunt.
Yeah. There's 3 of us. Yeah, that's embarrassing. But instead of making like complex pictures though, it's just like a treasure hunt. That's a map of our stories and there's some couple clues just in there.
Find
the haunted door latch in Ipswich.
So we've got listeners driving all over New England, taking pictures and sending them to us.
Yeah, like they can post it on Instagram.
What are we going to do for them for doing this service?
No, they get to post it on Instagram and be like, hey.
Oh, so they're just going to do it just to do it?
Fuck yeah. If I had
like a free sweatshirt or something,
I would just do it just to be a part of it.
We don't have swag yet, y'all. Yeah. But one day in the future, we're gonna make this come real.
I would do it if I had like a Mile Higher. Like, I mean, they're out in where the fuck are they from? They're from
Colorado.
Thank you.
It's a secret.
Denver. Yeah. But yeah, if they were closer, if they had something, like, that'd be fun. Like, you take like a day.
All of our stuff's in New England. Nothing's more than a day's drive away.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You could go up to Maine and hit 2 or 3 places, Vermont, hit 2 or 3 places.
Or you do like a weekend and you stay at one of these haunted inns or haunted houses, places to get some serious business marketing going on.
I think we have like 30-something episodes.
Mm-hmm.
First person to send us a picture from all 30 places gets to say they win.
You're going to own 5% of Chris's company. Weirder After Dark.
I'm just saying, this might be a good marketing idea.
The first person that does this gets 50% of what we made so far.
Yes.
As of today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So zero.
they are too also in the hole.
You owe us
some podcasting equipment and
they get some of our debt.
Thank you. Well, that was a cool story, Chris.
Hey, thank you.
I like it.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, and gang, we hope you enjoyed it as well too. If you did, you know where you're going. You headed to Instagram, because we're going to go ahead and post some images there of Chris's episode that are going to support some of the facts, the details. There might be 13 black kittens. I don't know. You'll check it out. You tell me.
A lot of pictures of the clam box.
Yeah.
Just picture after picture.
19 clam box pictures. That sounds naughty.
It's just such a bad name.
Yeah, they didn't do well there.
No.
But don't forget, it's not just Instagram. You can also find us over on Reddit and on Facebook, because we're out here trying to build some community. So if you're looking to interact with us or other people like you who are enjoying this shit, make sure to check us out there. And if you've ever been to the clam box, if you have a haunted door latch, if you've got a shovel and you stood outside of Plum Island and you dug for a couple weeks, we're looking for your weird stories. So go ahead and you can send them to the gang at weirderafterdark.com. And remember, if you are liking this shit, if you're absolutely loving this shit, the best thing you can do for us is to go ahead, wherever you're listening, drop a 5-star review if we're deserving. And if we're not, we will, take down your ship and get in and kill everyone, I guess. I don't know. Just kidding. We won't do that. But if you could leave a 5-star review and a little comment telling what you are enjoying about this, it would mean the absolute world. And don't forget, it always gets a little weirder after dark.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.